Last I checked, and I've done a fair amount of gardening in the last 25 years, last I checked, and I do the seed catalogs every year and go online and search, and there's no pizza bush to be found. I can't find the darn sandwich plant. You know, it's not there. Nature never created a sandwich. And you watch the bears, you know, I love the nature shows, and they show you all this stuff. I learned so many things. And the bears go and they, you know, like, they eat berries like it's going out of style. And of course, we all know from Winnie the Pooh that bears love honey. Do you know when they stop eating honey? 'Cause they stop eating honey when they decide that they've had enough stings. Okay, that's enough stings. I'm going to stop eating honey now. Otherwise, they would just keep going with it. And bears, certainly out west from the States, the bears out west, North Pacific West, they love salmon. They're just like eating salmon, like, and you just watch them, and then there's this really creative bear, and he gets some salmon, and then he goes and gets some honey and puts it on the salmon. And then he goes to the berries, and he puts some berries on top of that, and then a little more honey, and then goes and gets another salmon and puts it on top, and he's got a nice big salmon-wich. And nature, it doesn't work that way. That's not the way animals eat. There's no sandwich, no salmon-wich. It doesn't happen that way. All creatures eat one food at a time when they're hungry until they're full, or until they run out of that particular food, and it's time to go look for some other food. They make mono meals of whole, fresh, ripe, raw, organic food, whatever happens to be their individual food, and they eat it in a very predictable fashion according to, well, it's not according to their eye color. It's not according to their hair length. It's not according to their sex. The boy lions eat the same food as the girl lions. The boy cows eat the same food as the girl cows. The boy dogs eat the same food as the girl dogs. And goodness knows if there was ever some genetic differences, it's between boys and girls. Okay? I mean, we make big news about that. And yet, boys eat the same as... You know, come on, folks, you know that the boy diet and the girl diet already exists out there. There's people teaching, well, women have to eat a little differently than men because they are different in this way and that way. And I'm going, okay, I'm the first to admit that we have millions of differences between us. In fact, most of the science on the subject these days says that there's roughly 1.5 million differences from person to person to potential differences, from person to person to person to person. But there's also in the quintillions of similarities. This is billions, if not trillions, of similarities for every difference. And in all other species, whether you have a different more blood types amongst cows than there are amongst people, but all the cows eat according to their species. Ask a zookeeper. Does he say, oh, well, yes, you know, I mean, he's a very active chimp, so we give him extra protein, you know, but he's a pretty sedentary chimp, so we just give him a steak. No, it's according to the species. And every species gets fed according to their species-specific diet. In nature, animals eat according to their species-specific diet. And even though while you guys were traveling here, and also probably the last time you were in a grocery store, you met people who were pretending to be people but may actually have been of some other species, at least according to their idea of road rules, really, we are technically all one species, the female and the male of the species. So we're supposed to eat species-specific food. It turns out that what was our species-specific food was figured out a long time ago, and it's fruits and vegetables. Those are the things that work really well for people. Those are the health foods. Those are the only foods accepted as health foods. Those are the only foods universally eaten by people. Anybody ever tell you bread is health food? No. Is bread sold in the health food store? Yeah. But is it health food? No. Nobody said, oh, bread's health. Fruits and vegetables are health foods. Those are the ones. It started a long time ago. We figured it out when we first started figuring out nutrition, and somebody came up with this brilliant saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's just been that simple. Eat your fruits and vegetables.